So Heart Gold Soul Silver came out a few days ago, and if you've made it to Goldenrod City, you've probably found out that the slot machines in the game corner are gone. They've replaced it with this card flipping game called Voltorb Flip. Now, I'm hearing a lot of complaints about people finding it too hard or it's too random. It's all based on just flipping random cards and hoping for the best. But there's actually a few tricks that you can use to maximize your chances of getting to the next level and getting more and more coins. Using just a little bit of logic and using a few tricks, I've managed to win more coins in Voltorb Flip than I ever would have in the slots. So I'm going to show you what a couple of those tricks are. You can't see the screen very well on my crappy camera, so I've taken the opportunity to write down a previous game of mine on a pad of paper. And I found that this game here is great for showing people how to play. There's quite a few things available in this grid. So the first thing you're going to want to do, well, this is a level 1 grid, by the way, so it's pretty easy. It'll get harder later in the game, but this is great for teaching the basics. First thing is I'm going to show you what these numbers mean. The number on top tells you how many points total. That's actually a 3, by the way. It looks like a 5. How many points total there are available in that entire row, and that applies down here. How many points are available in this column. So there would be 3 points in this row that you can get, and there would be 8 points in this column that you can get. And that applies to each one. And the number on the bottom is how many Voltorbs there are in that row, or in that column. So there are 2 bombs in this row, and there's 1 bomb in this column. And obviously if you get a bomb, it's game over, so you want to try to avoid those. So the first thing you're going to want to do is look for any row or column that has 0 Voltorbs. That means you can just flip them all with no fear of any of them being a Voltorb, because there are none in that row. And I've flipped all these before, so I know what they are. These are all 1s. And I can actually give you a good explanation on why. Like I said, the number on top is how many points are available in that row or in that column. Since there is no bombs, that means there are 5 available cards. And the number is 5, that means there's 5 total points. So 5 points divided by 5 cards, they're all going to be 1s. And using that logic, you can find out another quick trick to eliminate a lot of cards is any row or column where the number of Voltorbs plus the number of available points, if you add them together and it equals 5, that entire row is dead, because there'd be 1 bomb. So there are 4 available cards that have points on them, and 4 divided by 4 is 1, so they're all either going to be 1s or bombs, and you don't need to flip over any of the ones to win the game, so you may as well just mark them all as bombs. And in the top right corner of the game there's a little check memo thing where you can mark them as bombs. That's what I do. So 4 plus 1 is 5, so these are all bombs. Or just mark them as such anyway. 3 plus 2 is 5, they're all bombs. 3 plus 2 is 5, mark them as bombs. So there you go. We have a 25 square grid, and we've already limited down to 6 available squares. Now what I would do from this point, because I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing any more math, is just pick the ones that have the highest odds of being a 2 or a 3. For example, down here, highest number here is an 8. That means there's a higher chance of any of these 3 cards being a 2 or a 3, because you need higher numbers to equal a higher number. And also, this column down here has less bombs than over here, so there's a better chance that I'm not just going to fail. So let's pick one of these 3. Now, which one do you think I would pick? The one with lower points and more bombs, or one of the ones that are higher points and less bombs? Probably one of these 2. And this is a great example how later in the game there's going to be a few parts where you just don't know. You don't have enough information to go on. You have to just pick one and hope for the best. These could either be a 1 or a bomb, or it could be a 2 or 3. Who knows? Let's just pick one. I've done this before. I picked this one. This one turned out to be a 1. Okay, that's great. That's 1 less square I had to pick, and it wasn't a bomb. So let's go with the next highest chance that I would have. I flipped this over, and it was a 3. That's very helpful information, because now we know that, this is a 3, and we can use that to find out more information about this row here. For example, there's 1 bomb in this row, so there's only 4 cards that could potentially be points. So we've already unlocked a total of 4 points, 3 to 1, and there's 2 more. So we need 2 more points, and there's only 2 more cards. That means this is either going to be a 1 or a bomb. Mark it off as such. So going back to here, so using the same logic, there's 1 bomb here, 4 available cards. We've already got 5 points. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So this has to be a 3 in order for it to equal the amount of points we need. And then we go over here, use that same logic. There's only 3 available cards. We've already unlocked 3 points. So this is, 4 points. So this is either a 1 or a bomb. So mark it as such, and then we would flip over this last card using the same logic, and this would turn out to be a 3.